as always, we want to read the first, the question, the goal. That's the first thing we want to know. And we see here that it says, how much will you spend? Okay, sounds good. So we want to know how much we will spend. Now, to understand this, what we need to do here is we need to read the information. So it says a light fixture costs $12, and we need 8 of them to complete your home furniture design. Okay, so $12 each, and then we need 8. So everyone, simply put, what are we going to need to do with the 12 and the 8 in this question? Right, we're going to need to go ahead and multiply. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to need to do. Because if it's $12 each, if we had one of them, that's just $12. If we had 2, that's 12 times 2, 24. If it was 3, 12 times 3, 36. And the party continues on. So what we need to do, again, is to multiply the 12 and the 8 together. With mental math, we should know that that's going to be 96. But even without mental math, if we wanted to show it, we absolutely could. 12 multiplied by 8. 2 multiplied by 8 gives you 16. 1 multiplied by 8 gives you 8. Carry the 1. That is 9. So it's going to give you $96 total dollars for 8 light fixtures. So my math party people, I know this one was pretty straightforward, but just asking you, did that make sense to you? Perfect. Sounds great. Sounds good, sounds good, sounds good. So let's go ahead and dive straight into the next question. I'm going to give you, again, 2 minutes for this next one, and I want to see how you handle this one. It's going to be pretty similar, perhaps, but just be careful. Read the question, read the information, and see what you want. Here we go. All right, in this next problem that we have in front of us, we are being asked, hey, how many cubic yards of concrete are needed? So there are 2 very important things we want to pay attention to here. We're looking for how many cubic yards of concrete are needed. And pop quiz, everyone, when we're discussing cubic yards, cubic feet, cubic inches, we are discussing what geometric idea? Yeah, that's going to be volume all the way. Volume is 3D or 3-dimensional. And here, cubic means 3rd dimension. So yeah, we are dealing with physical space. So we are looking for volume. Again, courtesy of that keyword cubic in front of the yards. Now, that's number 1. Number 2, it's cubic yards. When we take a look at the information we have, we might notice that it says 18 feet long, 12 feet wide, and 2 feet deep. In each of those, we see 18 feet, 12 feet, and 2 feet. That's the biggest problem, because when we want to perform our volume formula, length times width times height, we are expecting our unit to be cubic yards. And to be able to do that, we are going to need yards times yards times yards. That's what we're going to need. So we're not just going to be doing 18 times 12 times 2. We have got to convert first. Let's go ahead and do that. Over here, I'll write it down at the bottom right. We have 18 feet. Then we have the 12 feet. And then we have the 2 feet. Everyone help me out. When I want to convert between feet and yards, I know that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So what operation am I going to use to go from the smaller unit up to the bigger unit? Yeah, we're going to be dividing because we're grouping. Every 3 feet that we can group makes up a yard. So that is division. So check out how this can actually be done pretty smoothly. Check things out. I'm going to divide this by 3, this by 3, and this by 3. If you take a look, everyone, I think we can definitely see what 18 divided by 3 is. I know that that will be 6. 12 divided by 3, everyone, what's that going to be? That's going to be 4. But then we still have the problem of the 2 divided by the 3. Here's what we can do about that, everyone. Here's what we can do. Given that we're going to be multiplying the length times the width times the height, that's where I wrote these multiplication symbols. The length times the width times the height. Now, given that we have a 6 over here on top and a 3 over here on the bottom, everyone, can we simplify this 6 up here with the 3 down there? We absolutely can. If you've practiced multiplying with fractions, you know that the numerator from one fraction can simplify with the denominator of another. Again, this is a rule of fractions that's really going to help you out. Because once we do this, 6 and 3 are both divisible by 3. 6 divided by 3 gives 2. 3 divided by 3 gives 1. Why was that useful? Well, that's because it makes this final problem super easy. We just now have 2 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 2. Take a look. 2 times 4 times 2. What will that give us? Well, that's going to be 8 times 2, and then that'll be 16. And there is our final answer, everybody. 16 cubic yards. And again, if we were to not perform the conversion, the final answer here would have been something closer to 144. But the correct answer, nonetheless, with the correct unit conversion, is going to be answer choice A. Again, convert the length, the width, and the height over to yards before getting started on the calculation. And here we go. Let's try this one out. So the question reads 3x plus 7 equals 22, and we're trying to solve for x. So we have 3x plus 7 equals 22. So we have 2 steps here to deal with, not just your classic, one-step operation. So when we look at this, what we are really trying to focus on, pay attention, what we really want to focus on is what is the order going forward, because that'll help me work backwards. Everybody, you tell me. I'm seeing multiplication between the 3 and the x, and then I clearly see plus 7. So I'm really just trying to focus on, again, the things that are on the same side as the x. So everyone, if I knew what x was, would I multiply by 3 first, or would I add 7 first when I plug x in? What would I do first? If I plugged x in, let's pretend I knew what x was, what does the order of operations tell me to do first? Multiply first or add first? Yeah, the actual order of operations tells me to multiply first, and then we'll add whatever is there after. Pay attention, everybody, so I don't confuse you. I am talking in terms of I'm pretending that if I knew what x was, order of operations says multiply by 3 and then add 7. Hear me out. The last thing that I said was add 7, this blue part right here. So that's the first part that I'll work backwards on. One more time. The last step going forward is the first step that I'll work backwards on. You may know this as the order of operations. Here, addition happens last, so I will subtract first. Minus 7, and that's going to cancel out on the left. Everyone help me. What's 22 minus 7? That leaves me at 15, right on. And then on the left side, we just have that 3x. So we'll bring that right on down. And now notice this goes from a 2-step problem to a much, much more manageable 1-step problem. And so we just have 1 step to do. Divide. We're going to divide that 3 because that's the opposite of multiplying by 3. Nice and easy. Cancels out. And we get x equals 5. And there we are. The correct answer here is answer choice B. And if we wanted to double check our work, we could plug in 5. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 7, that is indeed 22. And there we go. All good.